Do 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 do. Yo, what's up, Snow Squirrel? 18 kilometers? That's crazy. My name is Luke, Snow Squirrel. I'm also bad with names. Yo, what's up, Luca? I'm doing well, brother. I am doing well. I'm getting all the chat windows set up here. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba. Go to switch it to live chat. Live chat. Let's get kick going. Boom. So, what'd you think? I saw your comment, Luca, on the video. What did you think of it? I love some live in depth. I watched a Bitcoin video. The production of it is quite good. The thumbnail and title is something that probably is bottleneck on it. Interesting. All right. So you don't like the should you buy Bitcoin? Good day, Snow Squirrel. Although I don't like Bitcoin, the video was really well done, I thought. Hey, thanks, Snow Squirrel. I'm not a huge fan of the thumbnail, but my idea for the thumbnail was to switch it to the thumbnail to say, should you buy Bitcoin? What ideas do you have for a thumbnail and title, Luca? I'm always open. We got 4 videos coming like that, Luca. We have the next one will be gold and silver. Whoops. The next one will be gold and silver. Then I don't know. Oh, I'm at 2% battery on my mouse. Let's go ahead and plug that in. Then we're doing one for should you buy a new or used car? And then is $1 million enough to retire? Hey, thanks, Borchells. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I think the thumbnail issue was it is too bland. I don't know how to explain. Good thumbnail is something that pops out and creates intrigue for people to be like, oh, what's this about? So the pros and cons is maybe too direct or not direct enough. Ooh. Excited for the gold and silver video. Let's go, Snow Squirrel. don't have immediate better suggestions, but yeah, maybe if I come up with something. I like it, Luca. Portgas, yes. A lot of it on the stream is going to be guidance and education, but if we get to the point that we can give advice, we give advice. I need advice to propose to my crush. What type of proposition are you making to your crush? To go out with you? Because I got a lot of things to say before we get into that. But one, you want to be friends with somebody first, right? Get to know them outside of it. If you've had a crush this whole time, to be straight with you, you're not looking at them like a normal person. You have them built up in your head. So you want to look at them as a real person. And then do they feel the same about you? Because it should be obvious, Portka. Or is it Port Gas Dace? I don't know. Wait, you're afraid to talk to her? Just go up and talk to her, my man. So I don't know what your name is, right? But I'm Luke. Be like, hey, I'm Luke. I just wanted to introduce myself. Maybe I need to start hoarding silver and gold a bit more so they can't tax me. Can't tax what they don't know about. Hey, physical things in your possession are very difficult to tax. It's like it says, should you buy Bitcoin, to maybe direction of what nobody says about Bitcoin. Only advice you need about Bitcoin. Ooh. Then have in the thumbnail maybe something that you are financial advisor who is licensed. Interesting. Yeah, Port, you don't need to be afraid, man. Let me tell you, the worst thing that'll happen is she'll hate you. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I know that sounds weird and that sounds very maybe cold, but it's true. It really doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. If she's the person for you, it will be easy. If she's not the person for you, it won't be easy. Because I think a lot of people who are first to channel are immediately very suspicious to listen to your advice. Interesting. Okay, I really like this feedback. I'm making a note of this right now. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true, Luca. Are you running simultaneously vertical and horizontal live streams right now? Yes, sir, Borchells. Yes, sir. Generally on YouTube, I always run both. I think he's right. Otherwise, you'll be alone, which can be fine with some animals as companions. There's a Dutch saying, Nooit geschoten es altijd mis. Never took a shot, you'll miss anyway. Yeah, I have a friend, I might have talked about him on stream already, and if I have, I apologize, but he's literally afraid to talk to, like, anybody. It's like he looks at a girl as a potential wife, and that if he messes it up, he will not make her his wife. It's like, bro, if you never talk to her, she's not going to become your wife anyway. Why do you do that? Any benefits, or you're just exploring? Um, so honestly, Borchels, it started with the landscape version, um, the horizontal one first, and then I started the vertical thing because of um, I started the vertical thing as like, hey, let's just test it out, and then I get way more traction on vertical than I do on horizontal because it gets fed into shorts feeds and stuff like that. My best advice for talking to women is if you're not dating multiple women at the same time, you'll always put the one woman you're dating onto a pedestal. Man, Luca's trying to date multiple people at the same time. Yes, the doom scrollers. Your Dutch pronunciation truly isn't bad, just minor things. Hey, let's go. See, I got to give it a shot. If I didn't give it a shot, we'd never know what my Dutch pronunciation would be like, you know? Every idea counts. Keep dreaming. Thanks, Proud Black Man. Welcome back, by the way, sir. We tried a new idea on YouTube, actually. De Katkrab de Krulen van de Trap. I wrote some more in that other chat. I don't know if you saw about chess being like YouTube. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I did see that. About the steps. Yeah, 20 good or great moves lose because of 2 or 3 bad ones. Yeah, it's very true. I'm obviously not an expert. Just what I was thinking. I could, of course, be wrong. But I read about copywriting when I was younger and wanted to get into that, but then decided to do programming instead. Yeah. Dutch that is scared to talk to the girl he likes. I have a hard time to believe that. Well, I don't think the guy who was asking is Dutch. He's a Dalmatian. It's in their blood. But yep, I think video was much better than before. Like the production was good, but yeah, tweeting a couple things from thinking from perspective of random person seeing your video. I like it. Oh man, that's way too long. It'll take me forever to say that. Dutch tongue breaker. Yeah. Borchels, my grandpa is Dalmatian. I'm from north of Croatia, but yeah, I learned that the hard way about women. So if you find a good woman, you can have traditional marriage and all that. Yeah, I had a friend. I don't know where he went. He deleted his Discord and everything. I'm not 100% sure what happened here, but it's all gone, or he like disappeared off the face of the earth. But that's how he talked. Multiple ladies all the time. I don't want to seem too dark or that you need to be a player, but no woman wants a man with no other women want, generally speaking. I mean, it's weird. That's sort of a human condition. When someone else seems attractive, other people want them. As in a cheetah in relationships, but if you're dating, most women are also dating multiple guys too. Yeah, it all depends on what agreement you have, right? Just don't listen to dating advice from me, I guess. Also, sorry about your friend who disappeared from Discord. Hope they're fine. I am planning on doing that, by the way. Hey, it's no problem. He was a regular. It's kind of weird. He was a regular. We talked all the time. We even had conversations on Discord, and then poof, disappeared. Just poof, man, poof. Was he depressed, or I think his life was in a good spot, at least from what I could tell. He had some good things going on in his life. Well, he actually deleted Discord. I don't know how to describe it. He actually deleted Discord altogether. Like it says, user deleted, which is like, oh, all right. It was funny the other day when you guys were in my horizontal. I almost never get watch hours there. All the watch hours are on the on this one. Yo, what's up, Mayan? I prefer being here for that reason too. Yeah, it just threw me off a little bit because he literally just disappeared. First, he stopped showing up to streams, which, all right, that happens, you know. What's favorite country to visit with family? We have not left the country as a family, so that's a good question. Why 1 million is hot topic for retirement? Influencers can't stop talking about that. A very small percentage have that kind of money, anyways. Because for a lot of people in America, they think that 1 million is not enough. When the big problem is spending. So that's what the video kind of covers. That 1 million can be enough, but it all depends on what your spending is. I'm going to have dinner, then work after that, listening the entire time. Let's go, Luca. You could pin this, by the way, if you want. Wait, pin what, Luca? I just hope I'm able to retire at 55 or work 3 to 4 days till 60. Yeah. The biggest thing for retirement for people is getting those expenses low. Your nest egg, it needs to be much less. All right, I dig that, Luca. I like to keep it free flowing, you know. I'm afraid that 1 million will be true based on rate of inflation. I mean, it really depends. Now, if inflation gets absolutely cooked, then yes, you are correct. But It still mostly depends on your spending. I agree. Personally, just want a place with a garden with room for trees, plants, chickens, and hiking some hiking trips sometimes, and gaming. If I quit smoking, I live quite cheap. Yeah. What type of smoking, Snow Squirrel? Is it pipe smoking, cigars, cigarettes? How many people in USA have only Social Security retirement benefits? Ooh, I don't know the percentage, Borchells, but that's actually a really good question. Really good question. Smoke tobacco pipe, a Cuban cigar sometimes. Oh, here we go. Cigarettes, unfortunately, and I also smoke the reefers sometimes when I've done everything I need for the day. All right. It's definitely gained popularity here in the States. Cuban cigar sometimes. I've had one Cuban cigar. After I got married, I celebrated with my buddy who brought them from Cuba for my wedding. Bought some before, but I don't smoke often because it also isn't cheap. Buy them yearly. All right. I do the occasional cigar with a buddy of mine. Oh, Tortillo, welcome. $1,500 per stream. Tortillo, if you're real, let me know. Give me any other message, brother. Yeah, it's been legal. Wait, buy your own tobacco and pipe, cheaper and healthier. Cigarettes are full of carcinogens and sugars. Yeah, it's been legal as long as I know. When I was a kid, I saw people smoking, so it was quite normal. Not much of a stigma. Interesting. people say that tobacco is bad, but if you don't do it often and it's just the plant, no other chemicals, I don't think it's actually that bad for you. Smoking is used to help with things like schizophrenia. If you're otherwise fit and eat well and work out, don't smoke often, you should be just fine. I mean, I had my friend's dad, he lived until he was like, I think 80 something. He smoked a cigar a day, and yeah, he smoked at least a cigar a day, but he went hiking all the time. It was like his jam. Is it possible to increase volume? Like I'm on max with headphones. What, my microphone? My microphone is quiet? Let's check out the properties. Man, I'm at full. Oh, hold on a second. Is that better? Oh man. So I just switched. It wasn't on the right microphone. It said default instead of the actual microphone. So I don't think I can go any higher on volume. I can maybe turn this up a little bit, see what that does. Maybe it's just that I'm quiet today. Maybe I'm also a bit deaf. Cigarettes do contain a lot of nasty ingredients besides just tobacco. Maybe my headphones. I don't know. What do you guys think? You're the only one who said anything, but it doesn't mean you're the only one thinking it. Haven't noticed anything different, but I'm deaf in one ear at the moment. I apologize, Luca. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about the volume here. There's no settings. Yeah, it's no big deal. Later I'll switch to laptop, so probably will be fine. Just my headphones. Can you turn? Wait, you said you have your headphones on max. Now, on your device, so your headphones might be at 100, but is your device at 100? I said also that your volume is low. My volume is on max in order just to hear you normally. Interesting. Lacrage, man, I don't know how to. Oh, you know what? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. There's one thing that happens sometimes. All right. There we go. How is that? Is that better? Hopefully, I didn't just scream in your ear. But Extremes always was a bit lower than other lives, at least in my opinion. So there's different microphone settings here. Yeah, that changed it. Let's go. I appreciate you guys saying something. So every once in a while, the HyperX software will revert my mic volume down to super low. Like it was just at 69 instead of 100. No idea why. No idea why it does that. That's not what I'm doing. Let me see if there's other sound settings here. Yeah, other microphone is loud. Okay. Yo, my bad, Borchells. My bad, Borchells. Oh, man. Oddly specific, probably developers wanting to troll users. It could be. That could be it. All right. Can we talk a little bit about safe for work guilty pleasures? Because I watch esports way too much. No worries, it's definitely louder, not too loud. I was just joking. In my opinion, you could try to go even higher in volume. Borchells, everything is maxed, my brother. Everything is maxed at this point. I don't think I could do anything here. Audio. Yeah, mic there. Would it change in output? Audio. I have pretty much everything as high as it can go. I don't even see a way to make it louder. So anytime I do that, it seems okay. Esports, I watch probably too much YouTube, but now I lower my consumption of it. All right. What else we got? But yeah, I definitely watch esports. It's kind of embarrassing. Not too embarrassing. esports like Yu-Gi-Oh and Tekken and Pokemon battles. Not those, but like those. So I do a lot of Valorant and Marvel Rivals. It's okay so long as you're aware of how much time you spend. So it's actually not as much as I'd like. Yeah, once the kids are not or once the kids are home, it's over for me. So I messaged my videographer who also does my thumbnails. Why are people so stressed about retirement? Nobody wants to work anymore, you know what I mean? Personally, because I don't want to be forced to work when I have but a finite amount of energy and time on this wonderful planet. I don't want to spend it working till I'm sick. Yep. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I don't worry about retirement because I don't think I'll ever be able to. Why not? But that's sort of why we do it, you know? We don't want to work forever, you know? By the eye of Agamotto. That's the thing. If you worry about retirement now, Luca, you could potentially retire. I mean, I'm also 22. I'll try getting rich when I'm 30, not to retire, but to be able to afford family and things I want to afford. Yeah, that makes sense. Benefit and emotional need, and the moment that balance is lost, the connection starts to fade. Are you talking about in like personal relationships or what? At least we have pension build up via work and AOW payout for every older citizen of the Netherlands. That age is 67 and they were talking about 70 now. Oof. Yeah. Given how little every type of relations. All right. Yeah, I think balance is important. Given how little kids my generation has, I don't know if we'll have people to work when I'm old enough to retire. Is it true that Netherlands is taxing some unrealized gains now? That is the way it's heading, Borchels. Yeah, I mean I hear that, Luca. The replacement population is not as high as it needs to be. I hope the combating wins. EU is communism in disguise. 36% tax on unrealized gains above anything higher than, man, 1800. but the criticism is heavy. I'm hoping some judge will see it clearly and say nope. I just don't understand. That's literally them saying they're willing to take your money from you. Like we somewhat willingly pay taxes, right? We're a part of the system, but now they're just like, nah, that's ours. Because our budget is terrible, we're taking your money. Yeah, it's crossing a line. Profit on work, fine. Profit when selling, fine. But taxing what you haven't even sold? What if they do the same with houses? Yep. I mean, it's coming. Once they cross that line, like, I'm probably going to get in trouble for talking about this, but once income tax started, it was at 1% in America. And now people feel like it's got to be at least 30%. It's crazy, man. Yep, they're trying to rob people blind. In US, they're trying to do it with your equity on real estate that you own. Yeah, in some places. They're talking about doing that in California. So I just wonder, and again, I probably shouldn't say these things online. At what point do the people go, that's enough? I've had it. That's enough. We're not doing this anymore. Never? I don't know. Give me one sec here. I'm back. Said that's enough, and they went to war for it. I don't think our generation have mental capacity and courage for something like that. That's true. That is true. I don't think anybody really has the mental or emotional energy to do it. Give me 1 second here. Beard's being wild. Beard's being wild. Gotta fix it. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Both, Snow Squirrel. Both. Because politicians don't really seem to care what their people want. Like here in America, for a very specific example, voter ID to vote in elections, making sure you're a citizen. That 80 to 85% of Americans want that, and our politicians won't pass it for some reason. What can you do to make that traditional account to last as long as possible? So if let's say in North Carolina, you are 62 and about to retire, you only have average Social Security retirement benefits, 100K in a taxable account. You want to retire immediately. So, man, Borchels, that's a deep question. So, what can you do to make that traditional account last as long as possible? So, what are your expenses? Is the 100K in your taxable account an emergency fund? What is that? Or is that for retirement? What other income sources do you have? How much do you need? Because you're past or you're over the age of having to worry about early withdrawal penalties. $100K and 401K, no other income sources. So at this point, it's about your expenses and then just minimal withdrawals. So you're 62. You're not quite 65. When the general rule of thumb is people say you could do 4% of your portfolio in a normal year. When it's down, you want to do less. When the market is down, you want to do less. I think I would be able to fight in a war if my country is directly under attack and my family and life is in danger anyways. Yeah, but see, like, what about if your politicians keep jacking up your taxes, taking more and more from you? It's not necessarily a war. What is that, a march on Parliament? Do my message send? Let's see here. Are you talking about the worst thing would be a civil war? I agree. But that would be one part of your country fighting another part of your country. All right. Beard is a little more kempt. I got to do an actual beard trim. Let's see. I don't see one before that except that you are back. Started with I'm 22. Oh wait, Borchells, did we cover? Let me know what questions you have from that, Borchells. I gotta have more information to have more information and direction before I could help you out with that specifically. Revolution, maybe yes, if there was any true solidarity community under the population. Yeah. And notice almost no population has solidarity. So technically, withdrawals no more than 4,000 annually plus average rate in Social Security that you will receive. So if you're talking about from your taxable account, yes. But I would actually, if I were you, I'd go less since you're not 65. I'd go like 3.5%. 3 to 3.5%. They've made it almost impossible to do something as well, Snow. I'm a young man. If there was a movement for real change, I'd be willing to participate in it. Let's say anyone who tries to lead such a movement gets disappeared. Yep, or shut down. Absolutely. Dude, you know, I have been watching these food things. So I think you guys know I eat a lot of meat. Uh, I'm essentially a carnivore, but you know I go outside of that sometimes. Did you know that Egyptians and Greeks would end healthy? Yes, I did know that. It's kind of wild. Um, but I saw this dude yesterday. He makes 20 eggs, 3 pounds of ground beef, uh, like 4 pounds of potatoes, and I didn't even know this was a thing. Did you guys know beef bacon was a thing? So they can't rebel against them. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, Luca. We're going down a path that could get us in trouble, but I think I understand what you're saying. I'm eat it as well. Boiled eggs are best. All right, so when you say boiled eggs, do you mean hard boiled? Like just drop them in the water and boil them? Yeah, look, we had a younger socialist politician movement growing back at 27, 28. It got dismantled because it was too radical. Yeah. I appreciate it, Luca, but I understand what you're saying. So I like just sunny side up eggs. Throw them in the pan, let them cook, eat them. My main thing that I'm always concerned about is that I don't cook the egg whites enough. But to cook the egg whites enough, I end up overcooking the yolk. I like a runny yolk. No movement needed. People just need to get closer to each other. Malcolm X over MLK. That's why MLK was popularized as that kind of movement. Never changed anything, but people think they did. I don't know nothing about cooking, to be honest. I let women do that, and we don't end up food poisoned. Something, but in reality, they did just waste their own time. Yeah, it's funny. Malcolm X is not highlighted here in America, even though I'm not going to talk about who he was talking about, but he talked about one group pretended to be a friend, but were not. Find it hard to get close to Democrats or left-thinking people. I had a lot of people say, even friends, if you support Trump, don't talk to me. I don't say that to people who supported Biden. So something weird happened, not just in America. I'm okay talking about some things, Luca. So I don't belong to any political party. I am a constitutionalist. I believe in individual liberty, and I don't believe that any political group supports that. He also talked how to do commerce and any other business in order not to be dependent on outside help. Yeah, but I believe in freedom, and we don't get much freedom. We keep getting freedom taken away from us. Agreed, Luca. Like, just to go from one extreme to another, for anybody who thinks Trump is the best thing ever, he's literally only going to be around for another, you know, less than 3 years. And then I hate to say it, it's just going to go back to the status quo. Sovereign citizens, South Dakota have a lot of unincorporated communities. What's your thought on them? So what's weird is I actually went down this path and looked into sovereign citizen. I don't know much about their rights. There's a bunch of stuff back and forth. In Croatia, police is not the best in competence. People don't commit atrocious crimes because of healthy culture, not because of high control. Yeah, there's something to be said. What I really don't understand? Whoever the powers that be are, there's enough money and wealth out there that every single human being could be fine, even happy. Um, and and still have super rich people who could always do more than us. Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. We'll see how Croatia will look like in 10 years when kids grow up on tablets. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how what this next generation is like. But yeah, I've been getting into these food channels lately. I found one recently, and then I was sad because it took me multiple videos to realize he's plant based. And if people want to be plant based, that's fine, but it's not for me. But he's Beyond Food Market. He literally does these videos feeding two people for $2, and then builds meals for $2. If you have 50-50 traditional and a Roth 401k, and you want to leave 50% of your kids at death, should you only withdraw from traditional account for retirement, not touching the Roth if you don't need? So, no, here in America, Borchells, look him up, dude. It's mind blowing. Beyond Food Market is his channel. Beyond Food Market. You know what? I'll just check this out. So feeding a family of 2 for $1. Now he is an interesting guy. No doubt about it. Interesting guy. So, wait, does he have an egg in this one? But like, he tricked me because some of these pictures have like what looks like meatballs and stuff like that. But yeah, he does things that I don't know. They're interesting. I understand $2 meal, but I have a hard time to believe that is enough to feed even a person that is dieting for fat loss. A little bit. His whole story was he used to be fat, and now he's again a. It makes it a little bit easier because there's no meat in it. So all he's doing is buying vegetables and all that sort of stuff. So it's a little bit easier. But yeah, he builds these meals, and they're actually fairly hearty. Now that's a special challenge he did. So he also has like feeding 2 for $13. Fish are almost as expensive as meat, in many cases even more. Talking USA, also globally that seems the case. I'm pretty sure this dude is in America. Why? Just go to that channel and look at a couple of his videos. So you're saying do not. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You had no, my bad, Borchels. I got sidetracked. Okay, so when right, we're past that age now. You're still alive. So if you die, unless they change the tax laws, they have 10 years to distribute from the IRAs. Right. So for a lot of people, they're taking a distribution out once a year for 10 years on a traditional IRA. But when it comes to a Roth, even though there is still the 10-year rule, it doesn't really matter. You could take everything out on the last day of the 10th year and not have taxes. I'm eating so long. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'll be a fat boy. Vegetables are pretty cheap where I am, but a lot of it's local produce. That's very true, Esdia. That channel here, Esdia. I don't know if you how you eat, but check out that channel, Esdia. Lots of meat and eggs. Hey, I like it. That's where I'm at. It's funny because we have kids, so they want to eat like us. So like but they see things in the store. Yo, at least 8 eggs every day. Where do you get your eggs from, Esdia? We started buying the 60 packs from the store because we eat a lot of eggs as a family. Eggs is almost every breakfast, some form of eggs. My wife figured out if you do eggs, vanilla, cream cheese. Does she do anything else in there? But it cooks up like a pancake. Yes, absolutely, Borchels. Saving the Roth is absolutely a valid tactic. If you want to give the maximum benefit, because what a lot of people don't think about, right? They, if they're not thinking about it at all and they leave like half Roth, half pre-tax, that pre-tax income, like when you die, how old will your kids be? Right? They'll probably be in their working years. So during their working years, they're now having to take approximately 10-11% of a pre-tax account and distributions from it and getting that added to their taxable income. A woman that can cook is my weakness. Could be something that would cause me to get married in a traditional sense. Yeah, what's funny, I think my wife will be okay with this. She wasn't the best cook when we were dating. My wife is phenomenal at cooking now. My boss has a bunch of chickens, so he sells me some, but I also get some from the store, usually a 60 count every month. Wait, you got to have more than that. If you eat 8 eggs every day, that's like 240 eggs a month. It's got to be 60 every week. With required minimum distribution, wouldn't it be better to take the traditional out first? Yes. So SD, on the other side, we're talking about leaving it for the family. Even if cooking is not good, it doesn't matter. Just generally the investment and effort. Yes. I think my wife will be okay telling this story. So when they withdraw your Roth, it's not going to count. Correct. It does not count as their magi. All right. So on one night, she invited me over to make me food. She was still living with her parents. I hope she's okay with me saying that. Her brother was there, but she wanted to make tacos. And dude, you should have seen it. It was all set up. The meat was in there. The tacos were set up. She had all the stuff you could add to tacos, even though that's probably when she found out. I literally added cheese. That was it. And then hold on. So we go to start making tacos, and I'm third. I let her brother and her make the tacos, and then I go to make a taco. My wife takes a bite, and she's like, "Oh, I think I forgot to season the meat." And her brother was like, "Yeah, you definitely forgot to season the meat." Oh, it was a learning lesson that happened early on in our dating lives. I'm also still young and unskilled, so I wouldn't care if a wife can't cook as long as she's put in the effort. Yeah, and there's certain things, right? You start with one thing and work. But she forgot to season the meat. Yes. And I didn't realize how much ground beef needed seasoning. Yeah, pasta's good. But if you find your meal, like what's funny is this might sound crazy, but my wife wasn't very good at cooking eggs when we first met. Now she cooks eggs to me the perfect way. I like my scrambled eggs. I don't. Sorry for the word. I don't know a better word, but wet. Yeah, pasta is easy to make and healthy. It depends. Pasta's probably better for you there than here. Like almost every bread product or grain product here, Snow Squirrel, has soy in it. And if you leave traditional 401k for kids, that will count as their magi, and also they do not get step up in basis. Correct. That is correct, board shells. They just, whatever you leave to them, if they have 200K and a 401k, they take that money. I don't know how many kids you have, but let's say that's two, so they each collect 100. Now they have to deplete that. Yeah, it's true. Not if you have celiacs, which my brother does. He developed it at like 40 something years old, which is crazy. But then they have to deplete that pre-tax account within 10 years. I like adding sour cream to my scrambled eggs. Ooh. So, creamy, yes. So we also do, we have done sour cream. I do cream cheese eggs. I know this might sound crazy, but we've done cottage cheese eggs to the scrambled. It's amazing. But if you leave for them taxable individual account, they will get a step up in basis. Yes. Always run these things by a tax advisor, but yes. Taxable account gets a step up in basis. To me, the last thing you want to leave to your heirs is a pre-tax account. Another reason why chicken are amazing, although PIFAs seem to be a problem with home-held chickens. What are PIFAs? The because I know PUFAs, but I can't remember what that stands for. I'll say this: I'll leave pasta to Italians, croissants to French, and I'll take spit roast pig, lamb, or goat. See, I'm a beef guy. I love beef. There's almost no beef I don't like. There's some that took me a little bit of mental fortitude to get into. Like my wife's family is from Mexico, so they eat cow cheek, the intestines, things like that. So that took a little like getting used to. I don't use my HSA before I die. How is that distributed to my family? You know, that's actually a good question. I don't know how HSA are taxed as part of a estate plan. That's something I got to get more versed on, Estia. I'll sure I'll take slow roasted bull. Beef is good. I love beef, man. Now, what I want to do is just so expensive. I want to get a pasture raised pig, because pig meat is like sometimes weirdly, not weirdly, but tender, more tender than you would expect. Also, PFAS is a synthetic material which is used in a whole lot of things. Interesting. Very harmful to us apparently, but still widespread use. Wait, so how does that factor into the chickens? Oh man, Luca. My when I was in high school, I had a friend from India. I believe he was born here. I believe he was first generation, but his family always had Indian dishes out on the counter all day. So whenever you were hungry, you just grabbed a scoop of whatever you want and you ate. I love steak too, chicken and rice, but yeah, not pickiest eater. See, I'm not a huge fan of chicken. Have I already told you guys my chicken story? Why I don't really eat chicken breast anymore? I'm from countryside. Some people keep pigs over here. I keep some, but what do you mean pasture raised with like no mud? No, no, no. Mud is fine. Not a farm pig. No, not. That's not even the right way. Man, I don't even know what the correct term would be for this. But where they keep them in a pen raised, not pen raised. See, not even that. I don't even know how to describe it, Luca. The chickens that are not in controlled environments like a farm take in more PUFAs, like my chickens. That's at least the research included. Oh, man. Well, that stinks. Tell us chicken breast story. I like them, but they're all protein, no fat. So many people don't like. Yeah. Well, okay, so I used to be a relatively fat guy. And I was losing weight. Like there was one, okay, I've had multiple different eras. I've had the fat no muscle, I've had the fat with muscle, and I've been everything in between. But when I was fat with no muscle, there was a diet called the protein sparing fast diet. I would like to psychoanalyze you. The things I reveal may scare you, frighten you. Nah, I mean, you could try, Dallas. All right, so let's see here. Some people here keep hairy pig breed. If you ever come to Croatia, let me know. But best another year because I'm broke. I dig it. All right. So the protein sparing fast diet was something that my friend's mom went on to lose weight. And it's like 8 ounces of lean beef and like 6 ounces of vegetables per meal. Right? That's essentially it. And to do this, I decided to do it. And I was cooking chicken breasts. And I had gotten really good at cooking chicken breasts. I would cook like 7 of them at a time, 6 of them for like 3 days of food. And this one day I'm cooking it. Everything's fine. Pull them off the grill. And I go to eat one. And my favorite part of the chicken breast was actually the thin part because it gets a little bit charred. It's flavorful and all that sort of stuff. So I cut it, take a bite. It's good. Cut it, take the second bite. I was like, that's a little different. Didn't hit me what was going on. Take the third bite, bite it. Instantly, my whole body goes like cold, and I become a little bit nauseous. And my grill ran out of gas while I was cooking. So it's still, the outside still looked cooked, but the middle did not get cooked. So I ate a piece of raw chicken breast. This was literally 20 something years ago. I still can't make grilled chicken breast anymore. I can't do it. Yeah, dude, it was still raw. It was still raw. Brr. It was the worst. When I met my wife, she was 215. 10 months later, at our wedding, she showed up 155, and her whole side of the family did not see her for a year before our wedding. Dude, that had to be crazy, Borchells. That had to be crazy. Weighed 220 when I was married, went down to 160 in 4 months during the divorce, and now I have been 170, 180 for the past 4 years. Yo, that's a good range there, Estia. So I have a particular goal right now. I don't know if it's realistic, but I'm trying to get fairly thin and then do a bulk next summer. I might cheat that a little bit and do a little muscle bulking this summer, and then do a hard cut during the winter. But I want to get down to, I think, like 155, 160, and then same thing as USDA, get back up into the 170, 180 range. I get eat beef pretty raw, but chicken is just gross. Yeah, I'm the same exact way, Estia. Borchells, that's a crazy story, man. I love that. Just saying, I do worry about that myself too, but best to always cut chicken part, check ahead. I don't blame you for never eating chicken though. I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, I do have a sous vide now. So I can cook any meat to the perfect temperature. Yes. I mean, dude, the nauseous feeling I got that was instant, Luca, was trippy. Trippy. Well, I'll let my wife and kids know, Dallas, all right? I'm doing pool laps 2 days a week. I do non-stop laps in the pool for an hour. Man, are you kind of ripped up, Esdia, or what? Because I honestly want to get into swimming. I think swimming is probably the best cardio we can do. What? Chicken is overrated. Anyways, beef, veal, goat, pig, elk, buffalo, wild game is all you need. I agree with that, Borchells. But chicken can be so cheap as a protein source. I get it. Mostly eat meat and pasta or a hamburger. Don't really like meat that much, but realize it's healthy in moderation. Yeah. I've been down the rabbit hole with meat, Snow Squirrel. I actually believe meat is the healthiest food on the planet. I'm not telling anyone to change their diets or anything. That's just my thoughts at this point. Swimming is the best if you can do it, in my opinion. It's fun and you exercise all muscles. It's insanely OP, right? And the way you breathe. Because what's the breathing called? I just love swimming. I wish I could do more than an hour, but I work all night and only have 1 hour of sleep before my swimming. Man. How are you doing bulking on carnivore or any of prolonged intensive running? So I don't do any running, Borchells. Bulking for me on carnivore. So I'll eat quite a bit of... Okay, hold on. When I go through a bulk phase, I will not be purely carnivore. I will add potatoes and white rice. I will do that when I'm bulking. But the other thing I do as a calorie cheat code is raw milk. I will drink quite a bit of raw milk per day to get there. I take protein shakes and creatine multiple times a day. You know, I've been doing research on the benefits of creatine. There doesn't seem to be too many negatives. I know there are some. And then the positives are there. I just haven't done enough to say yes or no. Yeah, it's also a relaxing way to exercise, which is probably insanely good. I'm in countryside and no pool here. I love doing kickboxing for fun or overall weightlifting. Yeah, I like that too. I haven't done any kickboxing though. At the moment, bit broke, so I'll try to get my money up fast, then join a gym instead of working out at home. Hey, have you ever looked up? I believe his name was Herschel Walker. Is Herschel Walker? He talked about how he got ripped. He literally did push-ups, sit-ups, and sprints uphill. If you look at this man, he was a beast. I mean, he's still a beast as an old man, but I haven't done that much research personally, but I think vegetables, fruits, nuts, and berries are good in combination with meat, bread, eggs, milk. So you're a everything in moderation, Snow Squirrel. That's what I was thinking. Yep, raw milk gives you good glycogen supply. Milk all the way. Yeah. Have to be raw, though. Yeah, see, a lot of people freak out about raw milk. Taking protein is fine, creatine is okay. Downside is you get thirsty, but in my opinion, you can eat healthy and have money for it, and no supplements needed, mostly unless you ask doctor or nutritionist. Yeah? All right, so Estia, did I miss your response? Are you ripped up? Shredded? I gotta know. I gotta know. All right, give me 1 sec here. I'm back. If I take 5 grams of it 2 times a day. Interesting. I wonder if I can mix it with my electrolyte water. I don't know enough about the protein powder stuff. I do know if you can consume the amount. Because, right, you can only process a certain amount of protein per hour. I just try to eat a variety of foods, still eat too much processed junk. I believe if you are able to make it yourself from natural products, it's healthy. I could see that. I mean, they say when you go to Europe and you eat the bread there, like you can eat their diet, like the same foods that you eat in America, but you're eating it there and you lose weight. I don't think I would say shredded. I wish I was more fit. I just want to stay healthy for my kids. Yeah, I feel that. I think you can probably I do eat mostly carnivore because the only 2 essential nutrients that human beings need are amino acids and fatty acids. Those are the only 2 necessary nutrients for humans. With that being said, I do think if you eat things that are naturally produced by the earth, you're probably going to be okay. Yeah, I kind of that's sort of how I think, Luca. Yeah, see, I like that Snow Squirrel. If you looked at the ingredients in our breads and our food here, you'd be shocked. Like literally, the second ingredient in a lot of our breads is soy. It didn't used to be like that. even when I was growing up. Yeah, that's why if we can, we buy cows. We buy them from ranchers. I wish we could get them cheaper because they've gone up in price. You used to be able to get a full cow, like 350 or 375 pounds of beef for like 2,400 bucks. And now that same cow is like 4,000. Sugar-free Tic Tac is mostly made out of sugar. What? Because one portion of Tic Tac is so small, it contains less than half a gram of sugar, so it's allowed to be called sugar-free. That's insane. I do love orange Tic Tacs. And Esdia, are you? Do you do what do they call it? Intermittent fasting? Is that sort of your mode? Can you use HSA funds for Medicare premiums when you retire? I believe so, Estia. I don't want to say with certainty, but I believe you can. Yes, any medical expenses or like insurance and things like that are HSA approved, but I don't want to say with certainty. No, but supermarkets in the Netherlands also sell bread from bakeries early in the day. Man, see, I love that. In Europe, it's better because it's not per portion, it's per 100 grams in nutritionless. Interesting. Okay. Man, so commercial breads could be terrible everywhere? Man. Luke, anything point 0.5 in ingredients you don't have to disclose in the ingredients list. That's crazy. So I understand that. Same as anywhere but US and England. This is not fermented long enough. Also, it's not made with dry yeast, not best option. Yeah, I have essentially just come to avoid bread in America. Now, that's not to say I definitely, I hope nobody's offended by this, but I do have my fat kid meals, and I will go and eat things. Like there's a burger place here called Johnny's that is amazing. I do love Five Guys. It's my plan. I'm adding 6K a year to my HSA fund. All right. I like it, man. So do you have a high deductible plan then, Estia? travel Europe if you get a chance. The Americans would like it here. I'm definitely open to it. I just don't want to do it with a family of 6 right now. When they're older, we'll do some traveling. One day we'll be rich, Luke, and hang out IRL and live thug life. I don't like using the term rich because there are certain connotations to it. But I can, in general, do the things I want to do in life. See, this is where what's funny is somebody on YouTube put in comments one time that I need to flex house and cars and all that sort of stuff, and like that's not my lifestyle, right? I didn't work to own a bunch of houses and cars and stuff like that. Yeah, I'd say I'm about as close to financially free as I want to be. Right? I don't know that if I wanted to take a trip tonight with the family to France, that it would be, that I would do it because it's not in the budget. But, with enough planning, I could. Yeah, my plan sucks, but I almost never go to the doctor. All right. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into this, Dia, but I'm not a huge fan of the insurance industry here. A lot of people spend thousands and thousands of dollars with insurance. Then something happens and they still have to spend a ton of money. Like insurance is essentially in case something catastrophic happens to you, there's a cap on how much wealth they can take from you. But you can get cheaper almost everything without insurance. It's wild. I drive a minivan and an SUV. Come to Croatia, that would be real cool. Not gonna lie, but until then, I need to get my money up. I will. I'll check with the wife where we want to go. Only difference in. Oh wait, let's see here. Did I miss something? It's too late. An EU store bought and restaurant food is not good. Not as bad as U.S., England, or Japan, but so bad. I really want to go to Japan. You eating 2 ounces of poison and the EU only half an ounce. I like that, Borchels. France is great, but I recommend Switzerland, Austria. The Alps are amazing. All right. Yeah, so Estia, the minivan is the family vehicle, and the SUV is my vehicle with and a backup in case something were to happen to the van. I'd like to travel to Portugal someday. That's where my mom's side of the family comes from. I like that. Yeah, my family's from Germany and Wales, but I don't think I could ever find them now. My family did not care about keeping records, man. Did not care. Best of the year, I would hate if I didn't have money to see you. Dalmatia, Croatia is real pretty. Many places near to coast is very pretty. All right. My mom was born there. They were illegal before they were naturalized by Reagan. Oh, interesting. So she was a part of the 80s naturalization. I know there are a lot of modern day Republicans who are mad at Reagan because he made an agreement and then he didn't get his side or their side of the agreement completed. Netherlands would probably amaze you if you are not from here. Cities, villages with lots of water in the west north, and flat farmland and some woods in the east south. Flat farmland with water in the west as well. Interesting. I would. One thing I want to see before I die is close up the Northern Lights. According to stories, my grandfather was fleeing Portugal because he murdered some people, but I don't know if they are true or not. That's wild. He's a savage. Yeah, I what's crazy is I don't know much about my I don't know much about my family history at all. Like the Netherlands is in I got some new online friends who are from there. Hey. Luca is setting up a list of places he wants to travel, and I like it. Okay, I'm back in my room office cage, and I'll switch to my work laptop, see if there's a simple work left to do. Let's go. SD, I appreciate you sharing these stories, man. It makes me sad because literally everyone who potentially knows anything about my family history is unfortunately dead. Yo, he's still alive. Have you ever thought about asking him questions, Estia? Like, hey, Grandpa, before you go, I would really like to ask you some things about our family history. My first question: did you murder people? My list of places I like to travel is same as money in my bank. 12. You know, I will say, this might be weird, but I'm not. How do I word this? I don't really care about traveling. His English is very broken. Oh, man. Imagine writing a book about yourself and pass down to kids through generations, like advice from them, biography. Yeah, dude, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. But you have to also think, too, like, a lot of people simply don't care. His mom lived to 98. Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. I have some longevity in my family and the opposite of longevity. Like my dad died at 53, my mom died at 64. My grandfather on my mom's side lived until he was 88, but my grandmother on my mom's side lived until she was, I don't think she made 60. And then my grandmother on my dad's side lived until I think she was also 88. And my grandfather on my dad's side lived until he was like 58. Man, she died of lung cancer 3 years after she stopped smoking? That sucks. Man. When I open my refrigerator, I don't see anything. I think I have to go to ophthalmologist. I'm not huge on traveling either. Only reason to travel is probably to see people. I know online, never really to actually see the places there. Yeah, and the pictures and everything don't really do it justice. I'm the opposite of I've mentioned. Lots of family history from my mom's side, going back generations with their family tree and all. We had longer history, but it burnt in house fire long ago. Man. If I want to see Paris, I just look at the photos online. I don't care to visit. Yeah. It's just the visually spectacular things. Like the Northern Lights. I really want to go. And do you guys remember, I think it was 2024 when we had that eclipse? I was in a 99% coverage. It was awesome. But it only lasted like a minute. No, that's not true. Like 5 minutes. But the pure blockage was so short. And I stared right at it. I know you're not supposed to, but you used to call her the Dragon Lady because she liked to blow the smoke out of her nose. It's interesting, but it doesn't do much, though. Yeah, that's very true. It's just interesting. Like, so the thing that stinks is my kids will never meet their grandparents or their great-grandparents on my side. I'd really love to know from my mom what kid is most like me. Didn't know Luke had such obsession with Northern Lights. Dude, I think they're some of the most spectacular things. Like, if it's spectacular, I want to lay eyes on it. But how long? Like, I'd love to see the Eiffel Tower. But there's multiple things like this in the world. Once I've looked at it for 1 minute, I'm like, all right, now I got to do all this traveling to get back to where I came from, and it doesn't feel worth it. The Northern Lights feel worth it. If it's spectacular, I want to lay eyes on it. Yes. That is how I live, baby. That is how I live. All right, guys. I hate to do this, but I think I have to call the stream here. We cross over 2 hours. You know, I've actually really started to enjoy my YouTube streams. I'm going to be fully open and transparent with you guys. I used to... I want to use the right word here. Dread is what comes to mind. But it's not dread. That's too strong. But I did not look forward to coming onto my YouTube streams. And I liked TikTok more because there was like more going on. But you guys actually feel like my community. And I'm sorry to be cheesy. Like, this actually feels like a community now. And that is really cool. So I've started extending my YouTube streams longer because of it. And I really appreciate you guys. I want you to know this has been a lot of fun now on YouTube, and I truly appreciate it. Can imagine easy for me to say it doesn't do much since I don't know any better than knowing the history. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people in YouTube streams are real bad. Yeah, trolls. Like my first question was whether I should buy a sword. Yeah, but see, like I'm okay with the troll questions because somehow, no, it's all good, Snow Squirrel. A lot of people do not care at all. A lot of people don't care at all. Even if they have the history, it just goes unknown. Estia, the next video will be out next Friday. I try to do a one video release every Friday. So we have 3 more educational videos. Then I have 2 more street interviews. One of them is very short, like a minute and a half. And the other one is probably going to be like 7 to 8 minutes. But we're going to film more educational stuff soon. If you guys want to hear the list, I got to figure out how to do these particularly. So I will do avalanche versus snowball method for paying down debt. A simple way to begin investing. Options when you win the lottery. I might do one about life insurance. Should you invest while in debt? And do you need a financial advisor? Something like that. I don't have TikTok and won't get it, but hope they work well for you. If it's much better than YouTube, you can always focus on one platform. I would rather build a community, Luca. I think both IG and TikTok work better for you, no? So TikTok is good for live streaming. Views are pretty equal across platforms. New car versus used, that one's coming out. That's one of them, Estia. We're doing new versus used. The 3 that we have completed that are coming out next will be gold. Should you buy gold and silver? Buying new versus used car, and is 1 million enough to retire? Those are the next 3 videos coming out. Ooh, rent versus own. I like that one a lot. I'm going to add it to the list. Budget for a new house. Tell me more what you mean by that. Rent versus own. Boom. Added it. Great. Wish you well. See you around, Luke. If you're going now. Yeah, I'm just going to say this here. But I like those ideas a lot, Estia. I think he's going to maybe tell me about the budget for a new house. Well, the bank always approves you for more than you can afford. Ah, so do a like a long form version of the short that I had. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. But all right, or call it "Why Nobody Can Afford House Anymore," but it's a bit different video. Ooh, I like that. Maybe break down a budget you would need for an average house. Okay, I dig that. Like I think that would hit with some people, but not what you do though. We're trying different things, Lucas. So we're not opposed to anything, but we're gonna run with one idea, see how it goes, and then flex from there. Because if these educational videos take off, we'll probably just keep doing educational videos for a while. If they don't take off, we're back to the drawing board because nothing seems to take off. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys, and I will be back on Monday. I will be back Monday. I like the hot topics there, Luca. I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.